Yo, what up? Back to back to back to back. So much in mind. So we're just gonna try to keep it rolling. Alright, on this one, I would like to talk about social symptoms. And I'm just gonna keep it brief with an analogy. Before I even mention the analogy, shout out and thank God for my cousin. If you watch the video, they'll know who they are. Alright. Now, social symptoms. A few key phrases. Invalidating environments. Social symptoms. That's the only two I can think of right now. There were a few others earlier. Maybe they'll come up later. But for the most part, man, life is an experience. And yeah, really the most part. It's all about experience. And experiences that collect to be one big experience over a lifetime. This is the thing though. With that experience, perspectives play a part. And for the most part, and I'm saying that a lot. For the most part though, that perspective, and not to be too black and white with it, but it's usually fear-based or love-based, accepting or denying. And you can say denying / rejecting and everything that fall under that umbrella. And the same with the love side, like fall under that umbrella. Alright. The analogy was fish out of water. And this is the thing, man, with that. There are a lot of people who have a lot to express. And I was going to try to get to this one later. Bump it. I'll come back to that one later. But there are a lot of people who have a lot to express, but it's often denied. This is almost like a fish out of water. Now, if you see a fish in its natural environment, if you are accepting of it, you know, you might have a certain appreciation for that fish and the environment that it thrives in and the whole thing. Oftentimes, as people, you know, certain experiences lead us to have a less accepting perspective, or more of a domineering, you know what I'm saying, focus on life. Pretty much with that, what I'm trying to say is, as opposed to being someone just observing nature, you seeing the fish in the water and accepting it, and you pretty much amazed, you know, it could be, you know, depending on how you see it, you could be thankful to the creator for, you know, intelligent design, you know what I'm saying, for that, because it's pretty deep, man. And I ain't gonna try to get too deep on it, but I feel like God is real, bro. To be able to make a certain creature, such as a fish, that can breathe in the water and do all the different stuff, swim as fast as it can, you know what I'm saying, and then go and make something like a squirrel that can run real fast and stand up on its 2 legs and eat the acorns and climb up the tree, like the whole nine, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many different creations, you know, by way of the creator. Thank you, Eternal Father. You know what I'm saying? That shine in their own environment. Now, if you take a fish out of the water and you throw it on the concrete, or you throw it on the sand, it's going to be flopping around. It's going to look erratic. It's not going to look as majestic. And this is the same thing I feel that possibly happens with us as people. You know, invalidating environments. If you got a child who has, you know, a great learning ability and a thirst for, you know, you might not even be able to put it into words, but a thirst for knowledge and understanding and creativity, but you put it in a environment that limits that, you're going to probably see some erratic seeming behavior. We all fighting to breathe, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all breathing, or we trying to breathe, or hopefully breathe. You know what I'm trying to say. It's kind of like that. I already made this too long, man. But I hope y'all feel me, though, bruh. Once again, man, thank God for my cousin. Thank God for anybody who watching. Even the folks who ain't watching, I hope everybody good. Hope things get better. It's all about perspective and mindset, man. We gonna get into that a little bit deeper too later. Alright, peace.